Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Laos. I'm here in the city of Luang Prabang in the north of the country. You can see more videos about the country in the top right of your screen if you follow the playlist. But this is very important cultural capital and former capital of Laos, and it's got some wonderful architecture in the form of both temples and French architecture, French colonial architecture. Some beautiful old buildings here, and it's a UNESCO heritage site. Apparently there's 34 protected temples within the old town, and the old town is like a peninsula that is divided by the confluence of two rivers. I'll put the name of one of the rivers up that I can't remember the name of it, but it flows into the Mekong, and on this spur of land is the old town. So as we're going around, I'll obviously show you a lot more of these temples and beautiful buildings. This behind me is the National Museum, so we'll take a look around there. But also, before we start looking around, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of the city, because it's quite varied and it goes back quite a way. So without further ado, let's pop into the history before we start looking around. Located, as I said, on a peninsula at the confluence of two rivers and beneath a temple-topped hill, Luang Prabang is said to have been first settled in the late 7th century as Muang Sua by a Thai Lao prince called Khun Lo, after his father, Khun Borom, awarded it to him. In 950 AD, it became a Khmer vassal state. During the 11th century, it became known by its Thai name of Xieng Dong. It then rose to prominence as the capital of the first Lao kingdom, Lan Xang, meaning Land of the Million Elephants, one of the largest kingdoms in Southeast Asia from 1353. The city owes its present name to the Phra Bang, a revered Buddha image, meaning royal Buddha image, that was brought to the city by a Khmer king in 1359 in order to provide Buddhist legitimacy to the new kingdom. The fragmentation of the Lao kingdom at the end of the 16th century left Luang Prabang a weak independent city-state surrounded by other kingdoms. In 1707, Lan Xang fell apart because of a dynastic struggle before becoming the capital of the independent kingdom of Luang Prabang. The 1887 sacking of the city by the Chinese Haw led the Luang Prabang monarchy to accept the protection of the French, whose influence led to the construction of the many fine colonial villas that sit alongside traditional Lao architecture. The city fell into decline in the latter half of the 20th century, following the reluctant withdrawal of the French, as well as the 1975 revolution, which brought an end to the Luang Prabang monarchy. The relative poverty of newly independent Laos perhaps helped save Luang Prabang from the ravages of 20th century city planning. The reopening of Laos to tourism in 1989 resulted in a remarkable turnaround in the city's fortunes, as crumbling timber houses and colonial mansions were restored and transformed into immaculate guest houses and boutique hotels. And in 1995, the city was placed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Okay, so this is our first temple, and there's said to be 34 UNESCO World Heritage protected temples within the old town of Luang Prabang. So this is the first one. Whether or not I'll get around all 34 is another question, but anyway, this is a beautiful one. I'll put some details of its history up on the screen as I'm going around, but this one you have to pay 20,000 kip to come in, and then it's got these big stupas and tombs here. I'll just walk backwards a little bit. As you can see here, you've got all this beautiful carvings here. I think it's wood, even though it looks like it's metal. I'm not too sure. But it's absolutely amazing. Got all the detail here. All these figures. So this is the morning market, and it starts very early in the morning, I think about 6 o'clock. Let's just say I'm here a bit later in the morning, but it's still all going, and loads of people selling their produce. This is your breakfast. So we're getting more into textiles, bags and clothes and shoes. There's still a bit of food around. And souvenirs. Weird and wonderful looking mushrooms. And various greens, vegetables. Fish wrapped up in leaves. It's got some history here of this temple, which I'll put up on the screen for you to read. So overlooking the National Museum, you've got these viewing platforms on the side of the hill, so you get a really good view here of the whole complex. It's pretty big. So just along from the National Museum, we got the street full of these lovely French colonial buildings with the wooden shutters. Just been southern France. Even the ATM machines here are pretty, all housed in little wooden huts. Very cute. So you'll find in some of these little shops a lot of antiques, a lot of antique Buddha statues, that kind of thing. I mean, I first came to Luang Prabang back in 2008, and then I returned in 2017, and now I'm back here towards the end of 2024. And every time I come back, I think Luang Prabang is getting more upmarket. There's more upmarket restaurants and spas and hotels and galleries and antique shops, you name it. It's really quite a destination for high so people, as we say in Thailand. High society, people with money. But there are some hostels around, so if you're a backpacker, don't worry. We've got an old Citroen here. I've seen some, on previous visits, some other old cars parked on this street. I'll show you some pictures of those if I don't see them anywhere. So this temple, I'll put some information up on the screen, is right at the bottom of the peninsula, and you have to pay for this one as well, 30,000 kip, I think, because it's a very important temple, this one. So we've reached the end of the peninsula. This is where the Nam Khan River flows into the Mekong at this point, as you can see. There's a cafe restaurant here if you want to sit and admire the view. Okay, so we're going to walk up the peninsula on the Mekong side this time and follow the road up past a few more temples and some lovely colonial wooden buildings. So on the other side of the Mekong are a few temples which I'll show you in the second video from Luang Prabang city. I think there's about 5 or 6 all the way along on the opposite bank here, so I'll show you those in another video. So this temple is said to date back to 1645, but historians believe that a more likely date is 1815. You can see here it's got some beautiful wall paintings on the front. Just move out of the way. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then give me a big thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel down below. Until the next video, see you later.